Hey class, today we're going to talk about matrix multiplication. I'm going to show you how to do this by hand, but also how to do it using the calculator. So it's one of those things that is kind of tedious, and so technology is really helpful in helping us find the product of two matrices. But first, we need to be able to tell if it is even possible. For some matrices, you can't find the product or you're not able to multiply them together. So how you can tell is that if you look at the dimensions of A times B, the middle dimensions must be equal. So if A is m by n, then B must be n by p, and then the product is m by p. Okay, so here's an example. Remember that it goes rows by columns. So this is row 1, row 2, row 3, column 1, column 2, column 3. So this first matrix is a 3 by 3 matrix. And then similarly, this one has row 1, row 2, row 3, column 1, column 2. So this is a 3 by 2 matrix, row by columns. Since these two dimensions are the same, you can find the product. So you would be able to find the answer. And the answer would be a 3 by 2 matrix itself. You would have 3 by 2. And those are the outside dimensions, would be the answer dimensions. So, in example 2, we're looking at A. We have a 2 by 1 and a 2 by 2. So since the middle dimensions are not the same, this one is not possible. However, in B, now we have a 1 by 2. This is one row by 2 columns, column 1, column 2, and a 2 by 2 matrix. And this one is possible because the middle dimensions are the same. So yes, it is possible, and the product would have dimensions of 1 by 2. So the outsides, the product would be the outside dimensions. Okay, AB would be a 2 by 5 matrix times a 5 by 1 matrix. So yes, that is possible, and the dimensions would be 2 by 1 because the insides are the same, so the dimensions of the answer would be 2 by 1. BA is a 5 by 1 matrix times a 2 by 5 matrix, and that is not possible. So typically multiplication is commutative, which means that 2 times 3 is equal to 3 times 2. 6 equals 6. But matrix multiplication is not commutative, and this should show it right here. So A times B for matrix multiplication is not equal to B times A, because the dimensions are different when you multiply them sometimes, and sometimes it's not possible. A times B over here would be 4 by 1, and times 4 by 1, so A times B is not possible. B times A would be 4 times by 1 times 4 by 1 again. Still not possible. So neither one of those would work. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to do matrix multiplication by hand here. So when you multiply matrices, you multiply rows by columns. Oops. So I have a 2 by 2 matrix times a 2 by 2, which means my answer will be 2 by 2. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. So I think I'm going to rewrite it. So 2, negative 3, 4, and 1. This is row 1, row 2, column 1, column 2, times 3, negative 2, 2, 0. So this is row 1, row 2, column 1, column 2. So to multiply, first you're going to take row 1 times column 1, and row 1, column 1 will go in row 1, column 1 answer. And what you do is you multiply the 2 times the 3, and then you add it to the negative 3 times the 2. I'm going to have to make this a little bit bigger. So then you take row 1 again, row 1, this time times column 2. And that will go in row 1, column 2 spot. So on the top, row 1, column 2. And you're going to take the 2 times the negative 2, so the first one times the first one, so 2 times negative 2, and then plus negative 3 times 0. Okay, so I've taken the first row and multiplied it by both columns. So now I need to take, oops, I did not want to delete all of that, but rewrite it here. So now I need to take the second row times the first column, and that's going to go in the second row, first column of the answer. So second row times first column. It's the 4 times 3 plus the 1 times the 2. So the first 2 together and the second 2 together, multiplying them. Then take the second row times the second column. It's going to go in the second row, second column spot. And it's going to be the 4 times the negative 2 plus 1 times 0. And then now I just need to simplify my answer. So doing the multiplication and the addition. So here it's going to be 6 plus negative 6, so 0. Negative 4 plus 0, negative 4. 12 plus 2 is 14. And negative 8 plus 0 is negative 8. And so that would be your final answer. All right, let's do it one more time. It's hard, I know, and I'm not here to like point this out, but so B times A, we have 3, negative 2, 2, 0, row 1, row 2, column 1, column 2. Then that's times row 1, row 2, column 1, column 2. So these are both 2 by 2 again. And since the middle dimensions are equal, you can find the answer. And the answer will have 2 rows and 2 columns as well. And I know that from my outside numbers here. Okay. So first you take the first row times the first column. And you take the 3 times the 2 plus the negative 2 times the 4. So the first number is multiplied together, and then the second number is multiplied together, and then add. Then you take the first row again times the second column, and that's going to go in the first row, second column of the answer. 3 times negative 3, negative 2 times 1, and then add. So 3 times negative 3 plus negative 2 times 1. Okay, then take the second row and multiply it by the first column. It'd be the 2 times 2 plus 4 times 0. So 2 times the 2 plus the 4 times the 0. And then finally the second row times the second column. Second row, second column will go second row, second column spot in the answer. And it'll be the 2 times the negative 3 plus the 0 times the 1. And then figuring out the math. So 6 plus negative 8 is negative 2. Negative 9 plus negative 2 is negative 11. 4 plus 0 is 4. 6 plus 0 is 6. That is the answer. What do you notice about the two? A times B was the orange matrix here, and B times A was this, and so they are not equal. And so, like I mentioned above, matrix multiplication is not commutative, which means that you don't get the same answer multiplying A times B or B times A. All right, I'll show you how to do this with your calculator now. If you do not have Calculator Pro app downloaded yet, pause the video and go to Manager and download it, please. So, go back to the home screen. So I hit second quit to go back to the home screen. So to put these matrices in the calculator, you'll need the matrix button right here. You'll need to use the arrow to go over to edit, because these are our matrices and I want to edit them. So I'm going to use the arrow. I'm going to put matrix A will be my first matrix right here, and I'll name this one matrix B. So it is, matrix A is a 3 by 3 matrix, and matrix B is a 3 by 2, so the product is possible. So I want 3, enter, 3, enter, and then I can put in the values and press enter to go to the next spot. When you use a negative, make sure you put a negative. Use this button down here. Do not use the subtraction key or it will give you an error. 1, enter, 3, 8, -1, 5, and -11. Okay, so now I want to go back to matrix. I have matrix A edited. Go over to the right and then go down to matrix B and edit that one. Matrix B is a 3 by 2. So I'm going to put those values in, pressing enter after each one. Okay, then I need to go second and mode the little blue quit to get back to the home screen. Go back under matrix. I want to do A times B. So from the home screen, I go matrix. I'm going to select matrix A, so enter. And I want to multiply them, so times. Go back under matrix and select matrix B. Then hit enter. And notice that the answer should be a 3 by 2 matrix, which it is. And the answer is -14, 22, 58, -6, -76, and 36. So it is much easier with the calculator. Not that it is necessarily hard without the calculator, but it's just tedious. How about we find the answer for one row? So let's take the second row times the second column. So second row, second column, the product should be -6. I'll show you how we get that. You take the 1 times the 1, then plus the 3 times the 3, and then plus -11 times -2. So 1 plus 9 plus 22, 22, 23, 32. What did I do? Did I put my calculator, did I put these in wrong? Let's go back to edit. 4, 0, -9, 1, 3, 8, -1, 5, -11. Matrix B, -2. Oh, I used 11 here instead of 8. I was like, why am I not getting the right answer? Sorry about that. 8 times -2. So 1 times 1, 3 times 3, 8 times -2, which is -16. So then we have 10 plus -16, which is -6. Whew, apologize. Here you go. So row by column. Of course, without the calculator, you have more room to make a mistake as well. Okay. So here, if I want the element in the second row, third column of this product, I'm just looking for you to multiply the second row by the third column. So kind of like I just did up there. So it'd be 0 times 5 plus 1 times 2 plus -1 times -4. Be 0 plus 2 plus 4. In the answer, the second row, third column would be 6. Third row, first column of B times A. So that would be going the other way. So third row times the first column, B times A. So that would be 0 times 4 plus -4 times 0. It would be 0. Okay, if you need more help with using the calculator, let me know. But try a few of these on your own, a few of them in the calculator. Good luck.